Okay, be thee ready, Alan.
Yes.
Right, Ian Allen, we're live, I think.
Do you think?
Yeah.
What a great professional start.
We're definitely live. It's happened.
Okay.
Yes.
Good.
Lead us in, Alan. Tell us about football.
Let's leave it a couple of moments, but let's see if anybody else filters in. But welcome to everybody that's already here. And how are you, Thomas?
I am very good, thank you very much. I'm excited to hear you talk about Oxford while I tell you about every other game going on in the Football League. It's going to be fun. Hello to William Golder, Matthew Bowden.
Well, I'm not in Oxford, but, and they're doing an advert on they're doing an advert on the iFollow, so I can't see.
Ian, what's the weather like in Oxford right now?
Sounds like lots
so
I remember,
it has been
Thomas.
sleeting and snowing for half the day, and that's done now, and it's just kind of rainy and miserable.
Easty,
so
how are you, mate?
I haven't spoken
to him in donkey's years.
Oh, Chris East is on. He says Ian and a wave. Apparently,
right. Let's give a bit of let's do a bit of an intro to this, shall we, Thomas? Hello, everybody, and welcome.
Simon Turner on. Hello, Simon
Turner. For a
very,
very special live stream this afternoon as Oxford United take on Fleetwood Town. We are going to witness something special. We are going to break a curse. We are going to make history for Oxford United beating Fleetwood for the first ever time. Forget all, it'll be a moment in history like none other. Forget things like the moon landing, forget like JFK assassination, Berlin Wall, 9/11, all that stuff is meaningless next to this result today. And it will certainly be something where you can turn around and say, I remember where I was the first time Oxford United beat Fleetwood Town. I have got, like what I did last week when we played Bristol Rovers, I do have, can't see it very well, holy water. I do have garlic. I do have a religious icon. So that will help break this curse this afternoon. Oxford United have lined up with Stevens in goal, the usual back four of...
Okay, sorry, I thought you'd already done it. Team lineups on the sheet. You should have gone with Fleetwood first. Jeez, Alan.
Oh, okay.
I wait for the lead-in, mate.
Okay. So they start with... Is it Eastwood in goal?
Come on. Jesus Christ, you're late now.
Stevens in goal. The usual back four, Ruffles, Long, Atkinson and Moore. Goran in front of those two. In midfield, he's gone for Kelly and Brannigan. So he is continuing to run Brannigan into the ground. But he has said that he's not going to play the next game against AFC Wimbledon. He's already come out and said that, Robinson. Shadipo and Henry are the wide players. So Addington, the third, despite scoring a goal, is straight out of the team. What a surprise. And Taylor up front, as he always is, and hopefully will bang in the goals. Fleetwood, goalie conundrum. They've gone with Cairns. Then they've got Danny Andrew, Callum Connolly, Mark Duffy, Callum Camps, Charlie Mulgrew, Jordan Rossiter, Paddy Madden, Kyle Vassell, Harvey Saunders, and I'll let you pronounce that last one, Thomas, because I have no idea. That one you did so well in your French accent.
Jean-Noir Donation.
Good man. Probably the only surprising one is I'd see Morris is on the bench. I would have thought he would have been one of the starters. But other than that, you know, it's a lineup that's got a lot of experience, a lot of good players in there. Camps scored after 45 seconds in the game up at Highbury earlier on in the season. And I think it was Paddy Madden who got the second one. So a lot of quality in that Fleetwood side. It's not going to be easy, despite the fact that they are not going through the best of times.
Very quickly, before we move on with more commentary from Ian, hello Kip Mainston, hello Jake Hoosen, and Jamie J says I just went outside in Oxfordshire and now he doesn't have any hands. It's cold. It's really cold. It's going to be a miserable match to be out there in, honestly.
I used to like playing football in this sort of weather.
Let's see. What have other people said?
It's a day for a destroyer.
Matthew Bowden is already filled with dread. He said direct physical football by them normally. Jake Hoosen saying we hope we get the win today. Vika Granville says Sir Adjington the third. Kit Mainston says,
Yes.
good result for Newcastle, that. Long live Bruce Ball. Indeed, Kit Mainston. Long live Bruce Ball forever. It's basically a free 3 points for 90% of the league.
Hey, if Bruce Ball was like that every week, I don't think Newcastle fans would be
No,
complaining.
because they were awesome.
It's the 11 men behind the ball games that they don't
So,
like.
now that we've got a solid group of followers on, I am going to point out that Ian is watching the Oxford game, and I will be providing coverage of every other match happening in the Premier League, the Championship, and League One today, as well as anything exciting that may happen in League Two. So if you hear Ian scream goal and if I look completely nonplussed by it, that will make sense. Equally, if you hear me scream goal, nothing important has happened.
Yes, well, so obviously there might be a couple of you watching the game. I'm watching it on iFollow. There might be a couple of you watching it on Radio Oxford, which I think is ahead of the iFollow stream. So if you are, obviously you might spoil things. So maybe if there is a goal,
No,
maybe leave
definitely
off like 30
tell
seconds or
us.
so
I want Ian's day ruined. I'm sorry.
Hey, it won't ruin it if it's an Oxford goal. I won't ruin it at all. But and also obviously flood us with super chats. We have very, very distinct rules on super chats, where it is £50 for a goal and £100 at any other time. But of course, if anyone does give £100, we would hit that refund button if there is one as quickly as possible, because no one want to be giving us £100. No one will be giving us that
Feel
money.
free to. Jamie J says, I'm in a Sims house, and yes, Jamie, I really should get some better backdrops. At least Ian looks like he's an actual football fan. I just look like I'm stuck in a video game world.
I'm on top of a cherry picker above the cassette,
blocking that invisible fourth stand for us.
Well, you can just about see it there,
guys. Robert Allen is on. Hello, pessimistic brother Allen.
Hey,
Sim football. Yes, Pessimistic Alan is here. Pessimistic Alan, which scoreline will it be today? Who wins? What's the score? Tell us the most miserable thing you can think of.
I tell you, there's more truth to the conspiracy that my other brother has come from a parallel universe and he's been trapped in the Mandela effect, because we literally had a conversation with him today where he talked about how he was at an Oxford game, and he got the ground, he got the stadium wrong, he got the team wrong, he got so many things wrong about the game. So he must have come from a parallel
without
universe.
A shadow of a doubt. I don't think he exists. I'm convinced there are two of you.
Yeah. You also think Nelson Mandela died in prison. He thinks that the guy in Tielemann Square was run over by the tank. And more importantly, in Cinderella, she said "mirror, mirror on the wall" and not "magic mirror on the wall."
Everything is changing. Is this like a Luke, I am your father moment for us then?
It very much so, Tom. Very
right,
much.
Ian.
In fact, he does. But remember, he doesn't say that.
No, exactly.
I'm just looking at Allardyce on the telly.
Mate, it looks absolutely brutal at West Brom, which I believe is in the Falklands. Is that the location of West Brom?
Yeah. I've been to the Falklands. And let me tell you, it was nicer than that. Nicer than that weather, but not much nicer.
Vika Granville says there's a fifth Allen.
No, the line was no. I am your father, by the way.
Vika Granville says there's a fifth Allen, and now I'm getting truly confused. There's no third. No one knows about the fourth, but there is a fifth. We have it on good authority about this one.
Is it? Well, I mean, my brother's got a couple of kids, so the numbers.
The five brother Allens. Minus 3 and 4. Yeah.
Let's not even talk about how many sisters I have.
This has gone totally off the wall. In the only match being played right now, Norwich City are 0-0 with Middlesbrough, but Buendia has been sent off. I think Sunderland won the early match.
That's got to be a full-time result, hasn't it, the Norwich game?
Still playing 70 minutes in. The weird kickoff time. Oh, no, it's full-time. Yeah, it's full-time. Sorry, my screen had not updated.
And Sunderland
they were winning 2-1 when last I checked. Let's have a quick look at this. Oh, nope, they drew 2-2. A Jordan Graham last-minute equaliser.
Oh, you're kidding me. That's 2 ex-Oxford players scored against him then. Alex McDonald and Jordan Graham.
I think you picked 1-1 in this as well, didn't you, Ian?
But we did... Yeah, I did, yeah.
Oh, yet again. Yeah. Why do I ever pick Sunderland to win a football match?
Honestly, I cannot believe how much... look at the players that scored for Sunderland. Aidan McGeady, Grant Ledbetter. How are they not... absolutely
miles
on
ahead of the league. It's almost insulting how bad they've been. Oh, Right, we're 3 minutes to kick off, Ian. How are we feeling? What are our thoughts? How do we think today's going to go?
I am quite confident Oxford are going to win today. I've said it. Even though we've never, ever beaten Fleetwood Town, ever. And but I am quite confident. I think they're playing well. I think they'll be again. I was impressed. I hate saying it. I was impressed with the way they pressed against Rochdale. I thought they really went as a team and really caused a lot of trouble when they tried to play out from the back. I'm not sure how much playing out from the back Fleetwood are going to do, but I thought Oxford were good at what they did last season as well, was winning the ball back high up the pitch and creating chances like that, which is good to see. Good to see Brannigan playing again. I really hope they don't run him into the ground, as I said. And it's a bit of a shame Adji's not playing, but Henry did play really well when he came off the bench against Rochdale. I hope we're a bit more sure at the back than we were against the Dale. It's a different kind of test. It's going to be more balls in the box, you imagine, more physical, more direct than it was against Rochdale, who played some great football, really. Caused a lot of problems. But I think Oxford will nick this today. I do think Oxford will nick it. I think it'll be tight. I think it'll be some nervy moments. I think Oxford will win by 2-1.
Excellent. Well, Robert Allen, pessimistic brother Allen, says it's going to be 3-1 to Oxford. We are all shocked by this as an idea.
Wow.
Kip Mainston says Buendia should be playing for a top 10 Premier League team. He's quality. I haven't seen him a lot this year because I haven't watched a lot of Championship football, but he was awesome last year. William Gelder says, and let me quote, "Yellows!" Apparently, William Golder is also moving, so he's saying bye to us now. So, goodbye, William. It's been fun. A lack of abuse coming my way, though, is always appreciated on this stream. But thank you for coming in and saying hi.
Yeah.
That's for you. That's for you, Golder.
There you go. That's how we treat our fans. Hashtag super chat. Hashtag super chat.
Super chat.
Fleetwood Town running out onto the pitch.
It's time. It's football time.
Terrible effort from their fans. Not many have travelled down, I must say.
How are the Oxford fans looking, Ian? Are they looking prepared and ready for this game?
Resplendent. As always.
Now I'm just confused.
Honestly, I'm just going to go over a couple of things. Some people go on iPlayer if you have it, or find these interviews that Karl Robinson did recently, because the man just dribbles madness out of his mouth at times. 2 comments that came to mind. One was, he likes it when Oxford play in white, and he likes when teams play in white because they appear bigger on the pitch. I was like, what are you talking about? And he was like, went on about this for a couple of minutes in the interview. And he talked about something. He just talked about this long-winded thing about how Oxford are getting back to the days where people used to. There's a lot more media coverage around Oxford. People talk about them a lot more now in the media than than they used to. And I was just thinking, but that's not all down to you. Michael Appleton did a pretty good job of raising the profile of Oxford, beating Swansea in the FA Cup on TV, beating Newcastle in the FA Cup. Not all down to you, Robbo. Although you have had some great.
He has indeed.
But just Robbo madness.
He's fantastic, though.
Which if we were on a losing run, I can tell you would drive me crazy.
Oh, I mean, I remember the beginning of the season and when he first took charge of Oxford United, and both of us just being like, "What in God's name is coming out of his mouth?" over and over again. It was madness.
This is tactical from Fleetwood, and this is a throwback to all you fans that remember the manor. They've changed ends, so Oxford will not be kicking towards the London Road in the second half. They will be kicking towards the London Road in the first half, which always was a big psychological advantage at the Manor ground.
Indeed. Thomas. I'll pretend I know what you're talking about. Very quickly, just for everyone who actually cares, Charlton Athletic and Portsmouth's been called off, as has Wigan's trip to Northampton because of a waterlogged pitch. Please cue total insanity from Wigan fans about how Northampton groundsmen don't know what they're doing. Who else is off? There's one more match. The Brewers' trip to Blackpool is also off due to a coronavirus outbreak.
It was Burton at home in that one, wasn't it? Or
yes.
No,
Blackpool were home.
Right, we're off.
Woo-hoo!
Liam Kelly's got the ball rolling, and Oxford are away. I have not bet on Rob Atkinson today because I feel I've been jinxing
you've been
him.
betting on him too much.
So I've sacrificed my own personal gains. So hopefully he will score today. But Shadipo gets dummied.
William Golder's threatening to change teams, but we both know that won't happen.
Oh, crikey.
No,
don't give a goal away after 45 seconds. Please don't give a goal away. Fleetwood have the ball out wide. Oxford look like they already made 2 or 3 stupid errors at the back. Ball in the box, cleared away by Atkinson.
Will's saying that the only reason you played like that in the manner is because it would be downhill for the second half.
Yeah, that's true as well. I know. Yeah, I do. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh fuck. So Fleetwood literally ball in the box. Luckily, it was one of those ones that like just bounced in front of Stevens, but it was comfortable enough for him. But what is it against this Fleetwood side? Jeez, it started already, hasn't it? It started already. 45. Well, at least we've got over the minute mark.
And you haven't conceded. Go Oxford!
Yeah, just bit of a sloppy start. Need to improve. A couple of misplaced passes and people falling over.
Absolutely
Don't like to see
ridiculous. How dare anybody ever fall over? There was a moment in the earlier match with Everton Castle where, like, I think James was fouled about 75 times, and at one point someone just stamped on the side of his foot, and Martin Keown was just like, wow, it didn't look that bad to me. I mean, he's clearly in pain. Then he got up and started running. He's like, see, he's fine. He's absolutely fine. It's like the 14th time they'd kicked him in the foot. It's brutal. Brutal, Alan.
Well, that is the answer for being a good creative player.
Yes.
Is you've got to bring them down a peg by kicking the crap out of them. Pickford at fault for the goal at all? I heard some people slagging him off. Like,
no, not his fault at all. Not his fault at all. Both goals were good. Neither goal was Pickford's fault. Richarlison didn't mark. What's his face for the first header?
Here we go. Chance to go forward. Long crap pass into Taylor. There you go. That's the end of that attack.
2 minutes in, and optimistic Alan is becoming pessimistic Alan.
Right, I've said enough. End this.
I'm done. We're off. We're off, people.
2 minutes. Yeah, and it sucked.
Will says that he knew you knew, but he was getting impatient if you just tell the truth, and I understand that. Matthew Bowden.
I wasn't going to say it. I'd actually
forgotten.
I'd forgotten.
Shit fan. Matthew Bowden says that they are all over the shop right now, Ian.
They do look a bit nervy. Atkinson, the ball out to...
Yeah. What's happening?
Yeah, obviously as well, Oxford fans, there's been a bit of transfer news since we've done our preview video, as always happens. So Luke McNally's come in from St Patrick's in Ireland, and
not a real team.
So he is the answer to the centre-back question of who's just going to come and sit on the bench. Luke McNally. And Jordan Obita's gone to Wickham.
Ian, I know you're talking football, but very quickly. Hello, Theo Harden. Good to see you, baby.
Hey, Theo.
Woo-woo. Also, we have a Lenaringo Adwat, I'm assuming is how you say that name, who said that he once saw a mad swan and gongs. You should definitely super chat us every time you think of saying something. And Robert Allen says that's Martin Keown for you. If in doubt,
okay, Oxford have a chance. Shadipo on the edge of the... Bit better build-up play this time. There's the ruffle. Shadipo, don't like the fact Taylor's not in the box, but...
do you want me to call and tell him?
Well, what are you doing out wide, Matty? Get in the mixer, son.
Get involved.
Elliot Moore looks like he's going to trip over the ball every time he brings it forward, but go on, Long. Get the ball in the box. Henry, get the ball in the box. There we go. Decent cross. Cleared away. And Fleetwood can now come forward.
Come forth.
Stop
with
them.
The ball.
Stop them.
Right.
Yeah, this is a pretty good counter-attack. He's played it into...
Up.
Well read by Stevens.
Excellent. We've got those scores up now.
A couple of times they've looked pretty good going forward down their right-hand side. Yeah. Oxford's left. Yeah. Looks like that's where they're going to try and get in. It seems like that seems to be a plan in recent weeks.
Everyone's just
attacked down Ruffles' side.
Poor Ruffles. He's going to be exhausted by the end of this.
It doesn't strike me as the weak link in the Oxford team, but maybe the team's target him.
Maybe our analysis, if it's bad, though. Maybe we're wrong.
Oh, Taylor's in. But he's offside.
Hey, boo.
Yay! No, it's offside.
VAR. Oh, Ian, goal alert. Goal alert. Bing, 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 bing. Swindon are already losing. It's Hull City 1, Swindon 0.
Yeah, that is going to be a bloodbath, and I prefer it if you didn't use their name. Brings bad luck to this channel.
Bing, 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 bing. Goal alert. Derby County beating Bristol City 1-0.
That is. I feel that is good. That is going to be a bit of a bloodbath up in Hull today for the side that shall not be named.
Yes, agreed. It's going to be bad.
Oh, Taylor in a sprint. Oh, he's clearly been fouled. That could be a red card. He's been a red card.
Sensational scenes. Red card to, I'm assuming, Taylor, because he's a cheat.
£150 super chat. So that was literally just a bit of a decent ball forward, but it felt like a bit of a kind of a punt forward. I don't know. I have to see it again. But Taylor got the other side of Mulgrew, and Mulgrew just had to sort of just bring him down. Well, he didn't have to, but he chose to. And the referee sent him off. So this is an interesting situation. It looks like, it wasn't really, I wouldn't say Long's meant that as a through ball. He's just sort of gone into a 50-50 tackle, and he's just like played it. Maybe I'm being harsh on him. I don't know. But, okay. I remember a couple of seasons ago, Oxford played against Burton away, and Burton had a man sent off really early in the game, and the game ended 0-0. And Robinson came out and said how sometimes, obviously the classic, sometimes it's harder against 10 men, because remember, they don't lose an offensive player. They don't lose a defensive player. They lose an offensive player, and it just makes it even more harder to score against.
You know what I find offensive? The word.
What, Karl Robinson thinking that we don't know about football and how he can get away with stupid comments like that?
100% yes. That exactly.
But this is come on now, Yellows fans. This is the golden opportunity to beat Fleetwood. If we don't beat them today, I don't think we'll ever beat them.
Be sacked. Oh, we've got a goal, Ian, in the Premier League.
Trying to be too cute. Why don't you just
who was
shoot? Henry, you just have got, it's like middle of the goal at 20 yards out, and decides to like play a little ball down the side to Taylor, and he overhit it, and Taylor couldn't control it, and it was just like, just seemed like
We did score that wonder goal against Rochdale.
Why would you not take a shot there?
Ian, Sheffield United have apparently decided to give the Premier League to Man City. They are down 1-0, and they've let Jesus score. Happening. It's happening.
I did enjoy. The overreaction to Man United to losing to Sheffield United, of people saying, even though there's still 20 games or something to go, long time to go in the Premier League, only just over halfway. Well, that's it. We've gifted it to Man City.
Totally over, mate. It's over.
It's like, come on.
It's over.
Come on.
The league's done.
Come on.
Man City will not lose a single match. 17 straight wins on the bounce starting today.
Right, Long with a chance to get the ball into the box.
Back cross.
It's a crap cross because it was knocked out by the first man, but it nearly went to, I think that might be Alex Goran on the edge of the box. What the hell is he doing that high? And then a ball over the top. Thank God. I'm glad Stevens plays as more of a sweeper keeper than Eastwood did, because they are literally just trying to hit balls over the top and getting the wingers and wide men to run onto it. All of it down there, all of it down Ruffles' side. But with Stevens, he's quite alert to that sort of thing.
We have another goal. Huddersfield are 1-0 up against the Stoke. Really exciting times right now.
Come on, guys. This is the perfect time to message in now. What do you think? Do you think we're going to win now? Golden chance.
Let's see. Leonate, I'm calling him a Dwat, says yes, some felt. Matthew Bowden says not sure why he rolled over so much. Take it, though. Kip Mainston, is someone sent off? I went to the toilet. Ha ha ha. Yes, Kip. Fleetwood are already down a man, and they're conceding as early as they can to this Oxford side.
If you didn't see it, I will recreate
don't do that.
celebration.
Ah!
Fulham are leading 1-0.
They are indeed. They've just scored. Thank you for that update. You're not supposed to be paying attention to anything but the Oxford match, Alan. Pay attention to the Oxford match. Decordova Reed with the goal, though. That one guy, Nakas, would like to know how Oxford are looking the first few minutes, Ian.
Well, we're 10 minutes in, and they don't look amazingly solid at the back so far. They've looked a bit sloppy at the back, but they're getting there going forward. And obviously, Fleetwood having a man sent off, you'd expect Oxford to have plenty of chances to attack now. So I mean, they've been all right. nothing amazing so far. No shots on goal.
What's it? Robert Allen says, "Oh God, Ian, if we don't win today, we never will. The only pity is that Barton isn't there to watch this."
What do you mean we never will?
It'd be 13 matches without a win, so I mean, like, logic is on his side.
But what does he mean, against any side or just against Fleetwood? But he said he will never win.
Against Fleetwood. He's also referenced Joey Barton in the sentence.
We shouldn't assume, Thomas. It makes an
just because it's your brother and you have to be persnickety in the situation doesn't mean. Yeah, that's right, persnickety. That's how that's where this is going. This is first class commentary, by the way, people. Leonard.
Hey, love it. People love it when we fight. They think we're having a
lovers'
tiff.
Leonard says, "I am Kazam Stadium or Stadia." I'm assuming that means you're there.
You sure you want to claim that? You sure that's something you really want to claim?
A wall.
Right, come on. Someone get a ball into the box. It's with Brannigan. It goes back to Alex Rodriguez-Gorin.
Robert Mills.
Back with Alex Rodriguez-Gorin again.
Shall I just sit here? Robert.
Passing for the sake of passing. Finally, Long puts a decent ball in. And it's clear.
Robert Mills says, "We've got to win now. Fleetwood will crumble." Laughing face. Robert Mills, we can only hope that that's true. And Robert Allen just says Fleetwood. I know, Robert. He's an idiot. He's just doing this to be difficult. Don't worry about it. Like, genuinely, so difficult to deal with.
This is a sort of... I mean, obviously, the longer it stays at 0-0, the more frustrated we are going to get at this. So you just hope Oxford can get a goal in the first half just to kind of, like, ease any nerves, but also kind of to make Fleetwood have to come out from the defensive shape they're going to obviously have.
We've got another goal in the Championship. Millwall have taken the lead against Cardiff, and Brentford have, surprise, surprise, taken the lead against Wycombe Wanderers. Anybody who's confused by that is a fool. That's going to be a bloodbath.
Jordan Obita own goal?
Exactly. How did you know?
Right. Depot not going to get there, but it's cleared out for a throw-in. Good to see them trying to get him down the wings, though. Yeah. Sometimes, obviously, you know Oxford's problem, Tom. They always like to pass for the sake of passing sometimes, and sometimes you just keep it simple, get it out to Depot, let him run at them, and get a fucking cross in the box.
Now that they're a man down, Ian, do you still think they're going to win, or do you think somehow Fleetwood are going to...
Oxford?
Or do you think Fleetwood will somehow pull this out of the bag?
I think Oxford will win. As just going back to what I said a couple of minutes ago, really, you want to get that goal sooner rather than later. I mean, their Fleetwood still look off. Fleetwood, lovely move, just offside, but lovely move going forward for them. Nearly got in. They're still going to be dangerous on the counter attack in this game, so it's not going to be completely written off that Fleetwood are going to not going to win this game. But I just hope Oxford get a goal in this first half, Tom. I'll be if they do, I'll be confident that they are going to win. I know it sounds silly, but it's just one of those things. The longer you start banging your head against a brick wall against 10 men,
and eventually second half
it comes for them to maybe pick you off.
Vika Granville says she's just waiting for a goal like a loading screen. Yep, we all are at this point. May Allen says 2-0. To Oxford, although it does say 2-0 Oxford, so maybe that's 2 to Fleetwood, but I'm pretty sure it's 2-0 to Oxford. And that one guy, Naka, says if we keep having the possession and not wasting passes, we will eventually start being more aggressive. Let's hope.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, you're probably right. They do need, they want to get kind of into their rhythm, pass their way into the rhythm, but sometimes I just feel they try a pass too many at times.
Indeed. Any changes in the scores? Let's have a look. No, Peterborough 0, Shrewsbury 0.
I've got to say, Allardyce has done a wonderful job at West Brom, hasn't he? He's done so much better than
much better than Bilic. His teams are incredible, honestly.
I bet Simon Bilic is fucking pissing himself laughing.
I mean, he doesn't have to have a relegation on his record. He doesn't have to deal with this team that was never good enough and didn't buy enough in the break.
The score's just flicked up on the screen. I've got to say, what a terrible job you're doing of keeping everyone abreast, Thomas. Lincoln 0, Doncaster 1.
Do you want my job and I'll do yours?
Massive
I'll
game.
watch the football.
Massive game.
And you comment on this?
Massive game in League One. I'm talking over each other is really good as well. Oxford with a corner. Oxford with a corner. Maybe this is the chance we've been waiting for Atkinson.
Yes.
It's a deal. Oh, he nearly got on it. But it's cleared away. Go on, Kelly. Do something useful. Kelly with a shot, which, surprise, surprise, goes miles wide. And it didn't even look like it had the strength to even reach.
I like that everyone has irrational players they don't like, and I feel like Liam Kelly is your irrational player to dislike.
Yeah, I don't see a lot of. I mean, please tell me why I'm wrong, anybody, or if you agree with me in the comments. But for me, I don't really see what value he adds to this Oxford side.
No, very little.
I don't think he's especially great passer. I don't think he's got a great goal scoring record. He's all right from set pieces, but is he any better than like Ford or Henry? Don't think he's like a strong tackling, combative midfielder or anything. I don't see what Robinson sees. I don't see how he gets in above Mark Sykes, put it that way. Rochdale 1-0 up against Bristol
Nobody
Rovers.
understands how Matt Sykes doesn't get in the team.
You're calling him Matt on purpose.
Of course I am.
Bench today, though, Sykesy.
Owen the Rail says, surely Fleetwood get knackered in the second half being a man short. I mean, yeah, they'll definitely be slightly more run down, but sometimes just sit back and wait.
That's the thing. I don't know about how tired they'll get, because they're not like... I'd say it would be the case if they were chasing the game, but while it's 0-0 and they've got something to hold on to, I think it would be less Oxford are able to like really move them around. It would be quite... Oh, but and again, it's a chance. Oh, good save. That was actually a good play by Kelly. Then I'll give him some credit. He did well there. And Taylor, he's offside. But second goal for Taylor, offside.
Wait, so twice he scored offside goals.
Yes, but Henry and Kelly did a good little move down the right hand side, and Henry got in, but it was kind of a shot come cross kind of thing, and keeper saved it well, pushed it away from danger. But that was good play by the two of them, because it was like against sort of like a line, you need something creative to get in behind him, and that certainly was. And then when the ball came back in,
Decker Reed has just hit the foot of the post in a one-on-one with the goalkeeper. God, West Brom are just gonna they could lose this 4 or 5-0. This is bad. It's a great strike on his part. It's almost gone back in off the goalkeeper. Very quickly, in some comments from our adoring fans. Shirley, that. Yeah, Robert Allen, Big Sam did get called a genius by Pep. I think that was like to lull him into a false sense of security, and it definitely felt that way after they lost 5-0. That was,
like I said, it wasn't a genius as a football manager.
Terrible football manager, but a genius as a
genius as like his poetry.
He's definitely never been caught out. He's got street smarts. No one will ever trick him into anything. Look, everybody, if you want to bet on sport, go to Grandstand Bettors, and they're here with us today. Hello, Grandstand Bettors. He had to finish this.
I'll tell you. Just to tell you one quick thing, I'll tell you, Callum Camps for Fleetwood is looking really dangerous player. He's looking, certainly he's on like midfielders. Really he runs beyond Paddy Madden quite a lot, and he's causing like a lot of problems with Madden dropping deep and him running beyond him and through balls going in behind. You can see why he's their leading goal scorer.
Grandstand Bettors also said he was finishing his Super Bowl video and he missed a red card. You indeed did miss a red card. Oxford, a man to the good, but not a goal yet. Matthew Bowden, although you are golden, Matthew Bowden, says Kelly's goal versus Newcastle was sweet.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it was a good goal versus Newcastle, but that is a year ago.
What have you done for me lately, huh, Liam Kelly? What have you done for me lately?
It's a little bit of what have you done for me lately? And you know, is that it? Is that why he keeps getting in the side, because he scored one goal against Newcastle?
Yes, don't question it.
In a game we lost.
He's a genius. What's his face? Karl Robinson is a savant. Sam Rathbone, hello. He says Oxford 2-0. What do you think? He says he thinks Shadipo and Brannigan are gonna score. Get ready for 2 hours of this.
I tweeted I really wanted Shadipo to tweet back to us because I tweeted out to him in the week.
Oh, yeah?
But I called him a useless twat, so he didn't reply.
You are...
People were tweeting him about the goal he scored against Rochdale, but I was tweeting him about the time he ran the ball out of play.
I mean, it's only right. You can't let his ego get too big, right? You've got to give some real trolling online abuse. It's what we appreciate here as well.
Oh, I actually did say he's our hero. And just like every other player, every other friend of the channel, Madison,
Jesse Lingard at one point.
Lingard, they don't want to know.
Our friend of the channels aren't to be trusted, are they? We give them away for free, hoping that someone will come help us out, and they never feel the need to. Let's have a quick look here. Kit Mainston says he's an Oxford Harry Winks in reference to Kelly. And
I don't really rate Harry Winks that highly.
Well, I mean, maybe that's what he's saying. I don't know. Kit Mainston, tell Ian what you're saying. And that one guy, Naka, says, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much of a hooligan is Ian? I can already see him holding Molotovs and being an absolute madman. Let me tell you that this man does a jig with the absolute best of them. Oxford score a goal, and he's the first person on his feet doing, I don't know, the salsa or something, just dancing away, throwing his beer. He's fantastic. He's a fantastic fan. Fuck off, William Golder. You're not even supposed to be here anymore. Go away.
I would say that I am the first to run, maybe only second behind my brother, the first to run at the slightest bit of trouble. I am like the kind of the ghost outline of me as I shoot away. The dust cloud left behind. Oh, Longy, terrible cross. Terrible. You're lucky we got rid of Sean Clare, because I would be gunning for him to be in this starting lineup over you. Come on, let's start. Right, hashtag it, everyone. Long out.
Ian, you said that Doncaster won Lincoln 0 scoreline, didn't you? Yes, yeah. Good. You've updated everybody on that.
Yeah, it's a massive game in League One, that one. Huge game. Obviously, it's a derby as well.
Good news is...
Donny, a really, really statement win if they can win that one today.
The good news is your favourite club, Rochdale, are up 1-0 against Bristol Rovers. That is always an exciting day for you. I know how much you wait for it.
We used to joke about my love of how much I like Rochdale last season, but they turned into one of the most exciting sides in English football.
They can't stop scoring. Can't stop the season. Grandstand bettors, your favourite club, Wycombe Wanderers, have equalised against Brentford despite being away from home. It's 1-1. Birmingham City have taken the lead.
Jordan Obita.
For God's sake, do you want me to check if he's playing, Ian? Is that what you're asking? Oh, for God's sake. I won't update anyone else on anything else. I'll look at this. Shall I?
Ruffles with a chance to cross. Good, decent ball. I think it got deflected. Crappy header behind, and Oxford get a cheap corner.
He's not even on the bench.
Okay. Well, I am a fan of cheap things, and that is what Oxford got in this corner. Let's hope we can get a goal from it.
Birmingham City beating Coventry City in both of their home grounds, because that's never not going to be weird. Yeah. It's 1-0 there. And I have no other score updates unless you care that Bristol City women are beating Brighton and Hove Albion women 3-0. Yeah. Didn't see that coming, did you, Alan?
Can't comment on that. Don't know how well either of those sides are doing in the. Is that Women's Super League?
I thought you just say WWF then. Yes, that is that's the Women's Super League 2, though, isn't it? It's not the top division.
Speaking of WWF, that's WWE. There's a Royal Rumble this week.
There is. I saw the advertisement on the BT Sport earlier about it. Is there any quizzes coming out for me to answer about that, or?
No, but I think. I thought like Fulham defender was going to lob his keeper with a header.
I just saw that as well.
Right, ball in the box, and it 50p heads off Elliot Moore and goes over the bar.
Unlucky.
Oh, no, but it looks like it was good defending, actually, because it's gone for a corner.
Excellent. Robert Allen says Sajipos being very tightly marked. Willem Golder says, sorry, I'll leave forever. Will, I've been trying for like 3 years to get rid of you. I mean, it's impossible.
I would say keep Thomas honest, William.
Someone's got to. Kit Mainston says, that's what I mean, Ian. Neither add much to their respective teams. See? I told you. You cannot read between the lines, Alan. You're accusing your brother of heresy.
a third
Offside goal.
a third corner in a row for Oxford. Yeah, I agree with that. And yeah, completely. I don't think Harry Winks is a great midfielder. I don't know how he gets in the England side.
Well, he's best mates with Gareth Southgate. That's how you get in the England side.
Yeah, Southgate has his favourites, doesn't he? Right, come on, you yellows.
Grandstand Better says Ruffles, great crosser, better snack. I don't know what that means. And Jack Coleman, although I know you've given your thoughts on this already, but he's clearly just joined the stream. Jack Coleman wants to know your thoughts on Obita leaving for Wikimean.
Yeah, I think that it was a surprise because he hasn't been with the club very long. It's a bit of an out of nowhere kind of move because more of why anybody would come in for him because he hasn't exactly done an amazing job since he's been at Oxford, although he's been solid. I think the move just suited everybody, really. Wickham clearly needed a left back or a left-sided player, and they've offered him, I think, a 2-year contract, which is good for him because he's, Oxford only offered him a short-term deal, and I think he's had a child recently as well, so he will need it. And if Wickham want to give Oxford some money that we can drop into Mr. Kazam's bucket, then happy days.
Good old Mr. Kazam. He's never made enough money. We need to give him more.
Best chairman we've ever had.
There is a penalty in the Huddersfield versus Stoke game. I will keep you abreast of that. Ian, I'm going to ask you something totally out of left field, which no one's commented on, but Wayne Rooney is a manager at Derby. Thoughts?
Right, Henry's in, and he's onside. He squares it back, and Taylor missed it. And the ball gets cleared for a corner. But that was good play by Henry, broke the lines well there, and I will comment on your comment.
That's okay.
We'll get back to Rooney in just a second, but Henry did well there, and it's just a shame. Was it Taylor that miskicked it? It must have been. Well, Liam Kelly's like holding his face as if he'd like done something wrong. No.
Adamo Lookman's just been played in. It looked like he should have won a penalty. It looked like they were dragging him down, but because he's gotten a shot off, the referee has waved him off, but he's turned the defender really well there. And it does look like the defender grabs a hold of him for a second.
Good header, goal! Goal, goal, goal! Come on!
To Fleetwood Town, right?
Yes! Goal for Fleetwood. Paddy Matt, no, I'm kidding. Goal for Oxford from that corner. It was delivered deep to the back stick, and I think it was Atkinson. No, I think it was Elliot Moore who won the header, and he put it back into like the 6-yard box, and Ruffles was there to nod it in from about 3 yards. Come on, boys! That has got to be at least get those £100 super chats flying in now. But finally a good. No, Oxford corners have been pretty decent, and it's good to see that. That's the. It looked like a bit of a planned one because they'd hit the previous one was hit deep but overhit. It looked like they tried the same routine again and it worked perfectly. Fantastic. Just what we needed, and just what you need when you play against 10 men. That means that they just can't sit there and defend now for the whole game.
Indeed. 1-0 to the Yellows. And Ian, the curse is being broken.
It is.
Being broken.
I feel like Indiana Jones. I feel like we are literally at the last act of Temple of Doom. We're escaping on the minecart with water rushing in behind us.
William Golder is still somehow on with us. Thank you, William, for staying. And he says, this is great.
Where are you moving to? I mean, I know you might not want to say that on a whole stream, but where are you moving to?
Well, it says I can't get Radio Oxford in London, so he doesn't get radio coverage. So I'm assuming London. Again.
London's a big place. Is it? Where in London are you moving? Is he going to be in Barnet? Is he going to be in
Sheffield?
Sheffield? Is he going to be in Wick?
He's going to be in
Aberystwyth.
I think they've missed the penalty. Oh no, Huddersfield have scored the penalty in the Stoke match. It is 1-1 now.
Okay, you spoke about Rooney.
Coventry have equalised. Matthew James, 29 minutes, 1-1. Yeah, I did speak about Rooney, please. Oh.
How are Derby getting on?
Well, they're currently winning 1-0, and they are all over the opposition.
Sorry. Chance for Henry. It shoots miles over the bar, but it is a corner for Oxford. Deflected over, so let's hope we can get a second goal from that. Oxford playing really well now, by the way. So we seem dangerous every time we go forward.
It does.
Boys are doing really well. This is going to be 7 in a row if we win this. Oxford
Isn't it going to be 8?
7. Well, 8 if you include the cup games. But 7 league wins in a row.
Conor Hurahan has just given Swansea the lead against Rotherham. It's very exciting. Goals everywhere. This always happens. Whenever Oxford score, everyone scores at the exact same time. Come on, Sheffield United.
The corner was cleared. I think Rooney's a bit of a... I'm not sure. Obviously, in one hand, it's an exciting appointment for Derby. I think there'd be a handful of Derby fans that would probably rather him still be a player rather than the manager. Oh, hello, is that going to go in? No. Bit of a fucked up, crappy cross. Danger cleared. Goal kick to Fleetwood. I think, and I don't know. I think he'll do all right. I think he'll probably keep them up. I think he'll steady them this season. I think that he'll do probably a bit similar to what Lampard did. I mean, he's obviously was a great player, and I imagine he kind of is a good student of the game, if you like. I think he kind of, as much as people like talk about his intelligence and all that stuff, and he's done some questionable things, I think he kind of is quite passionate about his football, and like I think he's one of these guys that could literally watch football 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Very quickly, thank you to...
I think that if he puts that towards coaching, I think he'll do all right.
Thank you to Matthew Bowden for your super chat. We really appreciate that. Incidentally, Robert Allen says, is Rooney following the Lampard route, do okay at Derby, and then get fast-tracked to the Prem replacement for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? I definitely think he's doing the Lampard route, and I think this is the way to go for a lot of ex-players, is go in the Championship, which is quite a tough league to manage in, and cut your teeth, and get the experience. I don't know if he's going to manage Man United, although Man United don't have a strong list of things they require to manager. I believe the only thing they ask for is that you be incompetent, so he might already be overqualified.
It's always an interesting one when, like, the top level players manage not so top level players.
Yeah.
You know, like, he's an elite player, Wayne Rooney. He played at the highest level, obviously England's record goal scorer. Lampard was a phenomenal player, and when they go and manage players that haven't got the ability that they've played with for most of their career, how do they deal with that?
Yeah.
Like, are they able to kind of like bring the players up, or do they just get pissed off because they're not as good as what they were?
I think Frank and John Terry both did a really good job of that. John Terry at Aston Villa, and then Frank at Derby. It's a great opportunity for him.
Whereas I know that was something that was always labelled at Campbell when he went to Macclesfield, was he's not going to be able to manage players at that level, which I never really kind of got. But I guess that, you know, it's kind of a flimsy argument used against him. I would have thought that the players would be a bit more like inspired to play for a manager like that and want to learn from them.
Totally nuts comment from Grandstand Better saying, personally, I feel like the red card takes it away from the win. Would have felt better to beat a full squad. Go away, Matt Urenka. Go away. It's ridiculous. Any win for Oxford against Fleetwood is a great win. Am I wrong, Ian? Does this take away from the win?
I'm just thinking about, like, didn't the Browns beat someone in the playoffs when
Browns don't beat anyone?
No, they did, and wasn't there like quarterback concussed or something, and they won or something. Did that victory feel hollow, Matt, or were you celebrating like a crazy person?
William Golder has solidified his commentary of earlier. He says he's in Walthamstow, but it's his partner that's moving, not him. He would never have booked a van at the same time as football. He hasn't said it, but it's because he's a real fan.
Yeah.
Because he's a real fan and a real person. Wait, did I just say something?
One day I'd like to know what it's like to be a real fan.
You're a terrible fan. You're always being fair to the opposition.
Come on, Shotton.
Come on, Fleetwood. Get that goal.
Go Reds.
Oh, man. Ian, I know that every time you open up the live stream center, it tends to mess up the audio, but Matthew Bowden has sent a great little graphic saying 1-up of like a dinosaur eating the 1-up, and it's in cool graphics. So after the game or at halftime, you should check that out when we're not on air for 5 minutes.
I will, Thomas. I will.
That one guy, Nakas, has asked if we're familiar with any Greek teams. I know who Olympiacos are.
Let me say this. So long as there are absolutely no follow-up questions, yes, we are.
We are deep in the Greek top division, whatever it is called.
I mean, not too much. Other than knowing, like, obviously the names of the big sides, not too much, I'm afraid.
Neither.
But tell us, what do you want to tell us about the Greek
some stuff
team?
about the Greek team, because nothing is happening in the Oxford game, apparently. Grandstand Better says they still lost the game. They won the game before. Win by hook or by crook.
Right, so
oh no, Ian!
If you want an answer, no, I disagree with you. It feels great to be beaten.
I've got terrible news.
Right, Shadipo's won the ball back high, and he plays it to Branners, who shoots into the man straight in front of him. Shadipo's got the ball in the box. Oh, come on, get the cross in, Brannigan. No, overplaying it a bit again. Overplaying. Trying to break down the other side now with Long. All feels like it's going to fizzle out.
Well, while it fizzles out, Bristol Rovers have equalised against your beloved Rochdale. It is now 1-1 in Bristol.
What a shock. What a bloody shock. Rochdale, it must be the most... fans must be just sick of it a bit.
Well. It must genuinely be pretty exhausting to follow it.
Yeah. And you just got no... When you got no... Well, that ball's going to stay in, right down the corner flag. When you've got no faith in your defenders at all, then it is just you're literally literally on a knife edge.
It was like when Chelsea had Kepa in goal, and like Chelsea could be playing perfectly well. The minute the other team attacked, you're like, well, they're probably going to score here, aren't they? Because no faith.
You give them credit on one hand for the confidence they had to like continue to play out from the back against Oxford, but it wasn't the conditions where you want to be doing that time after time after time. Yeah. And like you'd see things like the goalie would have it and he'd like Cruyff turn and beat a player that was running in. Like he did that 2 or 3 times. So he clearly like fancies himself as a bit of a player. And the defenders just literally just trying to like pass in triangles on that slippery pitch against Oxford that were pressing them. It just was like almost like led to their own downfall.
Foolish.
Yeah,
but I mean that tends to be teams down the bottom, doesn't it? They are foolish. They do make basic errors.
And there's that thing of like, it's kind of that thing of like, yes, that's the way they play, but are you that blind to it that you can't do anything different? Yeah. Like game management, as you often say. Yeah. Like there were times where they were on top of, they were beating Oxford 2-1, and there's times where you just want to keep it tight for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes after half time. And they just weren't.
No. Oxford opened them up after half-time, didn't they? That's when they got their 2 goals to go ahead.
Yeah.
Right, very quickly. Robert Allen says, what about Steven Gerrard? What does winning the league at Rangers mean for him?
Okay, well, Goran's just picked up a booking. No surprise there. Although I think that's the first booking he's had in about 2 or 3 games, so he was due one.
He's been playing way too within himself recently.
I think he's done a great job. I think he's done a fantastic job in Rangers. I think that they look like they're nailed on to win the Scottish Premier League for the first time in about 10 years. They're doing tremendously well in the Europa League. And
he's got some big characters in the dressing room. He's got Morelos and stuff. He's got players that he needs to actually control and, kind of regulate.
And I think he's learning some harsh lessons from like the season before, where they pushed Celtic and they beat Celtic and almost over celebrated a little bit too much, like and then went on a bit of a bad run. So I think he's kind of like learning about how to just keep a lid on things and how to see things out. And I think that but there'll always be question marks until he comes and does anything in England, because Scottish League isn't that strong.
Plus he falls over at the pivotal moment, doesn't he? Slips on the proverbial banana skin.
You could do a highlight reel of the amount of times he's fallen over.
Only need one in a sending off to really make my point, though. It's a Man United fan of me. FPL Penguin says, "Come on, Oxford." Matthew Bowden says,
"Come on, Oxford."
Matthew Bowden says, "Silly yellow card," and Robert Allen says, "It's daft from Goran. Daft."
Like, as much as I condemned Rochdale for this, I'm going to say it. It's the way he plays. Yeah, he can't help himself, can he? He cannot help himself with diving into one clumsy tackle too many.
There's quite a few midfielders who they almost need that in their game, though, but not like even highlighting Roy Keane or something, but those sort of kind of enforcer midfielders that you just need that like Scott McTominay does it at Man United, where he'll just floor somebody every now and then. You feel like it's just them making a point as well, being like, don't try and run past me. I honestly don't try it because I will rather break your legs.
If you check League One updates, Thomas, I think you're going to have a bit of a heart attack in a moment. Super chat if you want Tom to have a heart attack.
Nothing's come through yet, but very quickly, there has been a second goal for Swansea City against Rotherham United. Matt Grimes with the goal. I'm
telling you, if you do start to feel anything down the left-hand side, then it is because of this goal update that you're going to freak out about.
I'm really hoping MK Dons have taken the lead. Or Accrington.
Oh, it's even better than
Stanley?
That, Thomas.
Is it Stanley? Hold on. Clicking on the stat. Yes! Stanley are up 1-0! Pritchard with the goal! Woo! That was probably really loud for everybody. I'm sorry about that, but come on, Accrington! That puts them above Oxford in the table.
That's a foul. That could be a book in that, ref. He's literally poleaxe long there.
Oh, I'm very happy now. Ian, I do feel like the left side of my body though is starting to tingle. What? Who's poleaxe who? What's happened?
I don't like to like kind of cheapify. I don't cheapify. Oh, Thomas, Plymouth have just equalised. Jeff Cott.
Of course.
It's literally a goal machine.
Every game.
Long with a chance to cross from deep. Plays it into Taylor's feet, which is a good ball. Plays it back to Long. And he hits a Fleetwood man, and it goes out for a corner. So let's hope lightning can strike twice.
Right.
We will. If you send in super chats, we will. Like, Tom's not above injuring himself for money.
I hate to say it, but that's 100% accurate.
I
will
see
do
him
anything for money.
Hit himself over the head for pallet.
Just point it out in the super chat, and we'll see what we can do.
Or do that knife game from Aliens where you like run it through your fingers really quick.
But the
exactly.
Yes, right. I have tried that with a blunt knife and stabbed myself enough times. So let's try it.
I remember Aliens was on once. It was maybe one of the first times it had been on TV. I remember like the next day, everyone at school was like fucking doing
So I try it with a butcher's cleaver and see how that goes.
Or Ruffles with a chest up in the air and a volley from the edge of the box. It wasn't troubling the goalkeeper, though.
That one guy, Naka, says the rivalry in Greece is crazy. Usually in big derbies, Olympiacos vs AEK Athens, for example, people get knocked over, jumped, stabbed, etc. And then he says, we usually throw smoke grenades and usually scream our lungs off. It's insane.
Oh, I mean, I don't think of the right word, but the kind of you can see it though when you see some of those games, and I know like you won't like to be compared to any other nations, but you see it in like Turkey as well with like the Fenerbahce Galatasaray stuff, and you see it in like South America with the Boca, River Plate. It just takes it to like another bloody level, doesn't it? Like and I think I've seen things like that before, and the Greek fans. I remember when Olympiacos beat Arsenal. The noise and the smoke grenades were amazing. Like just the energy they brought to their side that day was. Yeah. I don't think they stopped like singing and chanting the whole game.
No, it's really good. Brentford have hit the post against Wickham. We all know about Luke Jeffcott's goal. That guy literally can't stop scoring. That's his 16th of the year. Millwall are still leading Mick McCarthy's Cardiff 1-0. There's a surprise.
You also have to remember, though, in Greece, and it's the language where nothing, even if they say like "Hello, how's the weather?" it sounds like they are having a raging argument with one another. So everything sounds more hostile. I was about to be like,
there's do well, ah, just that constantly.
I'm fine, thank you.
Everyone has commented on the fact that Plymouth have scored a goal back. Thank you. By that I mean one person, but that's enough.
Tom, you do like Plymouth as well, though. You do have your Green Army chant.
Yeah, but Accrington go above Oxford if they can stay in the lead, and that's important to me.
Accrington are your. I do feel that Accrington are your spirit animal.
They are 100% my spirit animal.
And by the way, I'm going to say his last spirit animal was Eddie Howe, and
did badly.
Sadly, he's no longer with us.
That's
Oxford in! Oxford in! Go on, score! Good commentary there, by the way. Go on, score. Long got in down the right-hand side, played it back. I think it was Brannigan who had the chance in the middle, and he just hit it straight against the Fleetwood guy. But Oxford pressing, decent ball in, but overhit and gone out for a goal kick. But great chance for that for 2-0, which would have been 2-0 right at the end of the first half. Actually, well played again from Kelly, who has actually done a couple of decent things in this game. I'll give him some credit. And yeah, it was Brannigan who the pulled back shot came to him, and brilliant, I have to say, fantastic defending by the Fleetwood guy there. He's like put his body on the line.
Indeed. Robert Allen, thank you for the super chat. You are a hero. You are no longer pessimistic, Brother Allen. You are sub-optimistic, Brother Allen.
Shame on the rest of you, because that is my brother works as a human statue.
This joke's going to go on the whole season, isn't it?
And when there was not a pandemic, obviously he could travel the world and make a good crust out of it. But
now
there's not a lot of market for it these days. Not a lot of market for it at the moment. And so for him to give away some of his hard-earned rubles is
So we're going to halftime in most of the games. Just as a heads up to everybody, when we hit halftime, the channel will still be live, but we'll take probably a 10-minute break. We'll come back with about 5 minutes left before the second half kicks off.
It's too comfortable, isn't it, at the moment, Oxford fans? It's too comfortable. You feel there's going to be a twist at some point in this game, because at the moment it
my God, Ian.
Very routine.
Fosu scores the goal-ahead goal for Brentford. It's 2-1. 2 minutes later, Wickham equalised through Admiral Musqui. And
Tom, as ex-Oxford United,
I know it is. That's why I got excited for it. Tarek Fosu, a tap-in apparently after a Tony shot. Liam Palmer has given Sheffield Wednesday the lead against Preston. That is huge down at the bottom of the table. It's a big goal for them.
Very quickly, Oxford United fans. Sorry, Tom. Yeah. Very quickly. Question as we go into the break. You can leave your chat comments on this. Who would you rather have back? Marcus Brown or Tarek Fosu?
Ooh.
If you could have one of them. Because I always liked Fosu more last season, but Brown seems to be the one everyone seems to be a bit more fond of.
Baptiste.
Yeah, everyone wants Baptiste.
I miss Baptiste. Doesn't even get in the team.
Baptiste traitor.
They need to loan him back. That's what they.
Yeah, but I don't want him back. He's a traitor.
I like.
He turned his back.
I like this because it's like the most 8-year-old just like way of looking at football. Like, he doesn't want to play for us anymore. He's bad. He hates our team. You don't like him. Don't like him. Brown. Matthew Bowden says he'd like Brown back. But again, we can chat these through.
Oh! Dodgy back pass. Taylor's intercepted it, but he can't find Henry, and it peters out. Are we going to make? Are these missed chances and these missed opportunities going to come back to haunt us? Because Taylor did really well, but his pass to Henry was a bit shit. He should have done a bit better there with the pass.
I think Oxford really do need that second goal. Let's be totally honest. Like, this is not a game they are famous for winning.
So someone in the comments predicted 1-0.
Did they?
And I remember I wrote back saying, I'll take that. But then I remember thinking, God, if it's 1-0, there's going to be a lot of nervy moments at the end of that game.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's half-time. We're halfway there. We're halfway there, folks. We're halfway there. We're like on the bridge with Mola Rand's gang chasing us. We're nearly back. Got the stones out of Pankot Palace, back to the good villages of India.
Excellent. Right, Ian, I will see you.
That's looking in Oxford's favour.
They are indeed total and utter world domination from the Yellows. 75% possession. They've had 9 shots, although somehow they've only contrived to get 2 on target. A lot of wayward shooting. 8 corners. And they've committed 6 fouls to Fleetwood's 5, so they're being more physical than them, according to the foul table. But it's Oxford have been in complete control, haven't they?
Absolutely, yeah. And when you get a guy sent off after 6 or 7 minutes, 6 minutes, experienced player like Charlie Mulgrew going off as well, it's going to massively, obviously, understatement to say, massively impact the way Fleetwood can play this game. We talked about them not being in great form. They did look pretty lively at the start of the game, but obviously Oxford...
according to Grandstand bettors, Accrington Stanley have already kicked off with a goal. Just saying.
So apparently, with the way Oxford play as well, and they like to keep the ball, and they've done a good job of like really penning Fleetwood in, and they've put them to the sword. Really, they really should have. The only thing they've been guilty of is maybe not hitting the target enough, because they really should have scored more than the one goal. And you would feel if Oxford can get this second goal, it's pretty much game over, that way.
Very quickly, before I jump us back into a debate pre-break, thank you to Matthew Bowden and Robert Allen for super chatting us. Guys, if you feel like you're enjoying it, please super chat us even a couple quid. We really appreciate it. But Ian Allen asked, it was Brown or Fosu Mensah? Tariq Fosu, wasn't it, that you asked about?
Yes, who would you rather have back?
Bowden
Marcus
says Brown, Kit
Tariq
Mainston
Fosu.
says Brown. Fosu's form dropped off, and especially towards Christmas last year. Thoughts on that opinion, Ian Allen?
I mean, it's not like I would be crying if you had the choice and they gave you Marcus Brown. I'd be delighted because he was great, and obviously he's a superb player. But it was something about Fosu. I really just like the kind of. For me, I really felt like he was a player that whenever he got the ball, you were on the edge of the seat watching him. You really felt the way he used to. I know he was inconsistent, but he scored some wonderful goals, and maybe it's because I was in the stadium when he scored that hat trick against Lincoln. Maybe that's kind of weighted my mind towards that. You saw Brown score two really good goals against Blackpool last season, though, didn't you? And that's just something I liked about Fosu. I like the way he could get the ball and just he turned defence into attack so quickly. But I do accept that.
Now, in the Premier League, West Bromwich Albion equalised against Fulham. Fulham being made to pay for missing 8 different chances in that half. In a way, we're hoping Oxford don't. Yeah,
West Brom. I didn't even see
cross,
the equaliser.
And then somehow the centre back just let his man walk straight past him, and it was the most pathetic contact tap in you've ever seen. Not because the player was pathetic for the way he did it; he just hit it so lightly, but he was so wide open, he just popped it in the goal. So it's 1-1 there. No goals in the City game, but as we said, Accrington Stanley do now have the lead against the Green Army. Charles with the goal.
They do.
Uwakawiwi. Uwakawe with the assist. I can't say. Good.
So Oxford have kicked off now. Not much happened. Just Fleetwood with a goal kick, but no changes for either side at half time. Probably not surprising for Oxford. If Oxford can get this second goal, I do start to wonder whether his thoughts will turn towards maybe taking Brannigan off, bringing Jamie Hansen on, to maybe just putting 2 defensive midfielders in there just to kind of shore it up. Although we didn't really much need to do that if you're playing against 10 men. I was just worried. Obviously, I'm just concerned.
Well, look,
in the long term,
Jack Stevens has been a revelation in goal, and he's changed the way Oxford defend, especially with his ability to come out, like you said, and do sweeper keeper stuff, which Eastwood just didn't do as well. Not only that, he's looked a lot more assured in the air, but Oxford are still giving up chances, and he's been making really good saves, but you'd kind of rather not give up chances when you're 1-0 up to Fleetwood, and they're down to 10 men.
Yeah, you want to, yeah, exactly right. And as long as it stays 1-0, there will be a spell in the game. It may not even happen until the 80th minute where Fleetwood will have to come out and try and get this equalising goal. But it only takes one corner, one free kick, one sloppy bit of play.
What's the Jamie Redknapp
thing? They are back
thing?
in it.
One shot, one goal. One shot, one goal. Yeah, can't have that happen. No, that was in the Chelsea versus Barca game where the referee was abysmal and Barca hit that 20-yard goal at the very end of the match, and Drogba got sent off. Oh yeah, and Iniesta scored it. Drogba gets sent off, screaming at the ref, and Jamie Redknapp, in the most partisan commentary on earth, is just sat there fuming, angry, and keeps shouting "one shot, one goal," and you're like, "Yes, one shot, one goal." So yeah.
Okay, Kelly, Oxford with a chance to cross to the left-hand side. It's out with Shadipo. Go on, get to the byline. He does get to the byline, but his cross isn't very good. But it does skew off the feet of a Fleetwood player for a throw-in. Yeah, it did feel in that game. Obviously, that was a game Chelsea should have had about 3 penalties, shouldn't they? Drogba saying disgrace down the camera at the end.
That was terrible.
It did feel, though, that they just didn't want to have a Man United-Chelsea final for the second year in a row.
Yeah. Very quickly, Matt Urenko of Grandstand Bettors, obviously he missed the red card. He got on late because of the Super Bowl video that he was recording. By the way, anyone watching this that is going to bet on the Super Bowl or likes American football, please do check out Grandstand Bettors and check out their NFL tips. They're fantastic. They've done really well this season. But he would like to know if the red card was justified and what it was for, Ian.
Okay, I'll explain that in a second. Oxford just had a decent chance. It looked like it should have been a corner, but it's gone for a goal kick. But great run by Long down the right-hand side. Played a nice ball in for Taylor along the ground, but the defender got the touch, although it's been given as a goal kick. It was a... Sam Long played a through ball, whether it was intentional or not, but Taylor was going to get in behind, and the defender fouled him, pulled him down.
Deserved red then.
So it's denying of a goal scoring opportunity.
Is he currently being hung, drawn, and quartered outside the stadium? Good.
Yes, and circumcised.
Didn't know that was in the punishment list for today, but good, excellent.
Yeah, but he's already had it. He's already been circumcised before, so getting it done twice is kind of painful.
This is going completely off the road. Robert Allen says, "Come on, lads, let's settle this. Give us a relaxing afternoon." And for once, I'm with pessimistic brother Allen. I would really prefer Oxford to get a second goal in this.
We're not playing. What do you mean we're not playing? We can't do anything. We are just bystanders here.
Just out of interest, Robert, what was it like growing up with this kid? Because, he's annoying as a fully grown adult. As a child, he must have just driven you mad. Kid? Child? Boy?
Kid?
Boy?
Almost 21.
Boy wonder?
Sidekick.
That's what I refer to you as. Right.
Mid-carder, I think would refer me as.
Stats right there and centered in the middle so everyone can see them. Good. Look at me. I am good at running this channel. Hey, is there anything you guys would like to hear from Ian about Oxford United? We like talking about what you guys want to hear about, so let us know what you... Or maybe thoughts on Premier League, thoughts on Championship, League One, anything that's on your mind, let us know.
If I do forget, I apologise, but I'm going to give a little channel update a little bit later on in the second half about how we're going to do the preview videos from now on and how you guys can get more involved with it.
Peterborough United 0, Shrewsbury Town 1. Yeah.
So Fleetwood are having a
foray.
Yeah, that's the word. Going forward, but it was snuffed out pretty quickly. And Oxford with a free kick on the halfway line. One of those ones where he's fouled him, but then the player acts as if he can't believe that the referee's been so unjust.
Cruel.
Doing that motion a lot. Terrible. I say Fleetwood or Peterborough away. What is it with Peterborough away? Form is shocking.
Do you remember this happening last year? Because when I think back to it, I think back to this Peterborough side that were unplayable and scored about 1 billion goals. And then they hit a rough patch for a month or so where they just couldn't seem to put together form. And then obviously ended the year with a couple wins in a row, and then COVID happened.
Well, it cost them in the end, didn't it? The little bit of sticky form at the wrong time, because it cost them on the points per game. But you're right. And I mean, obviously, we haven't won this game yet, but so far, results are certainly going.
This is really helpful to Oxford. And, we talked about it, Oxford hit form at the right time. If they'd lost 2 or 3 more of the games they drew, they would have been cut adrift of any chance of catching the top of the table. But they're flying up the league.
They are. Good cross, good header away though. I think Shadipo's kind of swapped sides now. I think he's gone on to play on the other side.
If results stay this way, I think you've already said this, but Oxford move up into 9th. They will be 3 points off a playoff place with a game in hand over Sunderland. Sunderland have been earned 6th. Donny are currently going up Peterborough. Hull are overtaking Lincoln. Crewe and Ipswich are moving down the table. Northampton will be dropping into the relegation zone if results remain the same. And AFC Wimbledon will be moving out of the relegation zone on goal difference.
What is the Wimbledon score against
0-0.
MK Dons at the moment, Thomas?
Still 0-0. Unless you know something I don't.
Rather unpredictable. All right, so Branner's in a bit of space. Shooting chance. Oh, he's hit the bar. He's hit the bar. Cameron Brannigan.
Oi.
Was it Branner's? It was Brannigan. Yeah, Brannigan, lovely shot, great drive, keeper beaten, just ended up in the car park via a deflection off the goalpost.
Need that second goal.
Yeah, need it. That needs to go in. But we are still winning 1-0. This will be enough at the moment, but for everybody's peace of
Especially
mind.
mine. Specifically mine, Ian. My peace of mind. You're going to be unbearable for the next 4 days if they don't win this game. Unbearable. You were so convinced. You said the curse is going to end. You said Fleetwood are terrible. Wait.
Look, right. as to say, I'll stand by it. Playing an out-of-form Fleetwood Town side, managerless, out-of-form Fleetwood Town side, who had a man sent off after 7 minutes. If we can't break the curse now,
never will.
When the heck are we ever going to do it?
What pessimistic brother Alan said. If we can't beat this Fleetwood side today, then you can't beat Fleetwood. It just can't be done. It will last until the end of time, until infinity ends. Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. Right, Alan, what's happening in the game?
Sorry, I was just having a chatting with the.
You're not being paid to chat with anybody except me.
Yeah, well, you did. Anybody did. No one else wanted to hear it, so I put the microphone on mute.
You could have said. I had no idea what was going on. I was left alone, high and dry. There's no one to talk to me.
High and dry.
Talking to myself. Brentford have retaken the lead, and everyone's least favourite ex-Oxford player, Tariq Fosu, with his second of the night. Brentford 3, Wickham 2.
No one else gave you a chance, but I always liked you.
Adam Clark. Sorry.
Not much. So, sorry. This is not much. Obviously, I've Brannigan hitting the bar. Oxford, pretty much similar to how the first half ended, with Oxford well on top, but can't get the second goal.
Adam Clark, hello. This is your first comment of the day. You said Fleetwood are going down to the mighty pool with a peach symbol or an orange symbol, but I think it's a peach. But maybe it's an orange.
That would be no. That means they're going down to Blackpool,
sense.
And that is Tangerine.
The Tangerine.
Good play by Goran, breaking the ball up. Gives it to everyone's favourite player, Liam Kelly, who plays it in forward. Good ball again. Well played, Liam Kelly. You are a little superstar.
You're a golden goose, you.
I'd say that's quite a few times he's played pretty good pass. His passing's been on point today, I'd say.
Robert Allen has just said the absolute unspeakable. He said sub Shadipo.
Wait.
For Sykes.
Shadipo's just got down the side, got a chance for Long to get the ball in the box. Go on, Longy, take him on. He tried, he failed, but he won a corner. Yeah, would you not rather see Adji come on, Addington the third? I would rather see Adji come on for Shadipo rather than Sykes, although I'm never against Sykes coming on.
Don Addington the third?
He's been a bit. He's not been amazing in this game, Shadipo. He's done okay.
He has matches like this. I feel like if you give him a chance to score, he still will.
I don't think it's a lack of effort. I think they've just marshalled him well. Again, corner causing all sorts of problems. And Fleetwood just scramble it clear. Referee gives them a helping hand with a free kick, but that one was Taylor winning the ball at the back post, and then they're failing to clear it, and in the end they smashed it against Goran's arm, and the referee gave that as handball.
William Golder, and I think he's saying this because he's sick of hearing my voice, but he's on my side for once, so I enjoy it, says, it doesn't work as radio commentary if we have silence like that, Ian. Sort it out. Sort it out.
Okay. It is.
Shit in the bag.
I'm back on now.
Shit in the bag. Take it to the shit store. Shit in the bag.
Look.
Shit in the bag.
Is it my fault, or is it your guys' fault for not obeying the super chat rules?
That's a very good point.
None of you have done £50 for the goal. None of you have done £100 for the general chat. And how we're letting you get away with this?
I blame whoever is in charge of this channel.
I do not know, but please don't go, because
then we'll be alone.
We want you here.
We don't want to be alone.
Yeah.
Don't make us be alone. Matt Bowden asks, what is
I
the
know.
train thing on corners?
Yeah, I know. It seems to be a So Oxford do that a lot, don't they? The love train of everybody standing in a line
It's very
behind
weird.
one
It's
another.
very England.
They saw England do it in a game against Colombia and thought, well,
We'll have
I'll
it.
be it. But let's say Fleetwood have a chance now. Fleetwood have got a chance from a corner. So this is one of those moments where Oxford need to be on it because these are going to be their main threats, I would say, of getting
Ian
back into
Allen,
the game.
Aparici Eze has scored for Palace. It is Palace 1 and Wolverhampton 0.
Okay. Right, good ball. Come on, Stevens. Oh, Fleetwood win it, and he's unmarked at the back. And Stevens makes a good save. It was a guy was at the back post, and it was quite lucky that the ball bounced up, so he had to head it, and his header wasn't very powerful. If it would have gone when he could have got a strike on it with his feet, he could have smashed that in. But lucky as it was, he hit it straight at Stevens, who made a decent save. But that just shows you, as we all know, we are not safe in this game, and Fleetwood are still going to be a threat.
Ian, you'll be happy to know Brentford have now officially pulled away from Wickham. It's 4-2 after a penalty.
I would be happy. I am happy to know that, Thomas.
I thought you might be. Unfortunately, Tony got the
Manchester City only winning 1-0.
Yeah, they do this though, don't they? Like, as much as that 5-0 result was really big the other week, like they haven't been winning games by more than a goal, like the odd goal or two recently. They've been really close. And Sheffield United don't give up a huge amount of chances. I mean, they're better than the greatest side in the land, Man United. So City, they'll probably concede 2 late goals.
I don't know how Rob Atkinson literally just tried to shield the ball out from Paddy Madden. He fell on the ball on the line. So I don't know how he wasn't given a foul for obstruction. And then he kicked it off Paddy Madden and won the throw-in. And Madden just went fucking nuts at the linesman. He's lucky he's captain, so he's actually allowed to go.
You're allowed to scream if you're captain. You can be as obtrusive as you like.
But kind of comical moment from Atkinson that he kind of got away with. He still has a couple of those moments where he thinks he's better than being a League One defender.
Well, by the end of the season, he may be better than being a League One defender.
Rob Dickie.
Oh, good old Rob. I love that Rob Dickie went so quickly from being one of the greatest liabilities in League One to the best defender in the league, and it felt like it was overnight.
QPR fan commented on our recent League One predictions video and said that, or it might have been the Rochdale game, and said that Rob Dickie's been fantastic for them so far.
I mean, he's huge, right? Like, he looks like a Premier League player. When we saw him live, he was the biggest player on the pitch, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, you're absolutely right what you said about him in terms of going from a liability. And the last season, he didn't put a foot wrong. I think he hit once. As soon as Oxford hit that good bit of form, his form.
He stopped doing that weird thing where he'd like try and run out of the back with the ball, but like directly into pressure, and he stopped like pissing about with the ball. Like he gets stuck with it, and he just clear it. He just clear it.
Right, so Fleetwood have just put a ball right on top of Stevens, and he kind of flapped it at it, but he kind of got it away, and then Shadipo's done well to block the shot on the edge of the box. Brannigan gets dispossessed though, and Fleetwood end up winning a throw-in. And
West Brom lead 2-1.
I think somehow West Brom have scored again.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Literally, the last time I sort of laughed and slagged off Allardyce was when they were losing 2-1 to Wolves, and they fucking won that game. So I should stop doing it.
Yeah, but I don't think West Brom are playing necessarily better. Fulham are falling apart. Like, this is much more Fulham than...
Right, we'll talk about that in a second, because I don't agree with that statement. But I'm going to say what you like about him, but 100% record as England manager.
I mean, he's a genius. How has this been allowed to happen? How?
He's not a genius as a football manager. How many times I keep saying, have you listened to him play the cello?
Not recently. I haven't been invited back since I was part of the...
wonderful flautist as well. Sure. Substitution for Oxford United. Coming on, it looks like Jamie Hansen. God, 63 minutes gone already. Feels like no time. Oh no, Liam Kelly's coming off. What are we to do? Liam Kelly is coming off for Jamie Hansen. So they are going to run. They are literally going to run. Oh, Goran's going off as well. Right. So I'm going to assume Hansen's come on for Goran. It looks like Shadipo's come off for Adji, and it looks like Winnall's come on for Taylor.
Ooh.
Surely not.
Oh. Yeah. Tell me when you.
No, Kelly's come. No, wow, we're playing two up
No,
top.
that is unheard of.
Am I going mad, Oxford fans? Are we actually playing
That
Taylor and
cannot
Winnall in the same
literally
pitch at
be
the same
possible
time?
because.
I can't believe it. It looks like
No,
we are.
unwilling to accept
So
this.
we have Hansen and Brannigan in the middle, and Henry and Adji out wide. With so is it 4-4-2?
You know, and while you figure that out, Lincoln have just missed a penalty. Jorge Grant has had it saved by
Georgie.
Ellery Balcom. AFC Wimbledon now trail MK Dons. A goal that will hurt every original Don to the core. It's Matt O'Reilly who gives the Buckinghamshire visitors the lead.
I believe it's 2-0
Oh,
for MK
that's
Dons
rough.
now.
Crew have taken the lead against Ipswich 1-0. Charlie Kirk with a goal. It is nuts.
I think that's the second penalty in the last 2 or 3 games that George Grant's missed.
Only if you say his name correctly will I dignify any of that.
Oh, sorry, Jorge.
Thank you.
Jorge
That is the correct. Oh, yes, and Milton Keynes Suns do have a second goal. Excellently seen. Sorinola with the second goal, and Jerome with both assists. According to the BBC, all that's happening right now in the City match is City have the ball and are doing nothing with it. We'll all be shocked to our core to hear that's happening.
Just take it. He's spinning the ball on his feet. Do you really think Fulham are falling apart?
I think that their play
in this game. In this game?
Oh no, just in this game. Not in general. They've sorted everything out. It's just in this game. Their back four is all over the shop like they were at the beginning of the season. They're just
off the post. Adji must score. He must score. He doesn't score. Oh my god, how have we not scored that? Oh.
Tell me more.
So Oxford, that is Taylor did really well. We'll just see a replay of it because Oxford hit the post again as my stream decides to load. Right. Let's see a replay of this one. So it's a long pump forward. It's flicked on to Taylor, who gets the ball into the middle to Winnall, who gets there and hits the post. And it comes out. Oh, Adji hit it first time. You've got basically an open goal, and he tries to take a touch. He cuts back inside, and Fleetwood just get bodies around him. And whew, it didn't. It was like one of those ones that bobbled back to him off the post, so it wasn't easy. But
you expect more.
Come on,
you expect more.
Come on,
from Don Adgington III.
Right. Come on, Oxford fans. Are we going to be made to rue these chances? Are we going to be sitting back at the end of this going, and Winnall's been booked for something? I imagine that's dissent. Are we going to be saying what could have been, or is this just Oxford knocking on the door, inevitably going to get the second goal?
Michael Volkonsky asks if we're good at football in real life, and I can only answer that by giving 2 facts. One is that Ian was offered a full-time contract when Virgil van Dijk went down injured and had to turn it down to stay with the channel. And I have personally been asked to never kick a football again, so, take that how you will. Robert Allen is afraid of the dangerous pressure being exerted by Fleetwood, but obviously that was a minute ago, and now we know that they've come as close as they possibly could to scoring without doing it. So hopefully, come on Oxford, let's get a goal.
I'm pleased with Robinson trying something different, trying to it's one of the things I've wanted to see is to have Winnall and Taylor playing up front together, and let's hope it pays off, because if it doesn't pay off in this game, we'll probably never ever see it again.
Ian, Rochdale 2, Bristol Rovers 1. Retaking the lead, Newby with his second goal, and Lund with his second assist.
I think you said 2-1 in that one, if I'm not mistaken.
Come on, the Dale! It won't end like that. There's at least 6 goals left in this match.
Yeah, I know what I was going to say.
Rotherham, Freddie Ladapo with a goal back for Rotherham in the Swansea games. It's 2-1 to Swansea now. Excitement all around.
What do you say?
Speak English.
Who knows?
Brother Alan, speak English.
I'm just saying, are we going to be playing Rotherham next season? And I thought, well, which league if we are, which league would that be
Do you
in?
think that if they go down, Ladapo gets bought up by a championship club?
I would imagine so. Yeah.
I think it's really hard when you go down to keep most of your players. I think a lot of them.
Well, especially because he would probably feel he wants to stay in there, unless he's got this undying love to play for Rotherham.
What a place to live on earth.
Well, I would say there's only been 2 people in the history of the world that have had the undying love for Rotherham like that, and that would be Barry and Paul Chuckle.
Oh! West Brom have just missed scoring by about an inch. They are all over Fulham. Fulham cannot defend anymore. This is... I don't know if anyone's watching this game, but it's bad. Jeez, it's about an inch wide of the post.
I'm just not feeling really nervous, but I'm just getting a bit edgy. I mean, I don't think Fleetwood are playing. I feel like Fleetwood are kind of growing into this second half a little bit and feel like they are getting more bold.
I feel like based on the fact that no one is saying anything to us in the chat right now, that everyone feels the same way in this game. They're watching it and they're getting more and more nervous because Oxford really should have had a second goal by now, and you can just see Fleetwood nicking one.
Mm. Yeah, you can. I mean, it's a kind of... You can run the cliches on this.
I do love a good cliche. Tell me one.
Would be
yes.
Sick as a parrot.
Clever as a mouse.
Not really a cliche.
Agile as a pelican.
Got to get your runs.
Alcoholic
in
like a 0% beer.
Got a puncher's chance.
I feel like you know what we're doing here, and I'm just saying words now. Oh, it's exciting. There's lots of goals everywhere, and Ian's getting nervous, so he's just slowly getting quieter and quieter. So, we'll give some team...
Corner to Oxford United, though, Thomas. Corner in front of the raucous fence end. And there's more people behind the fence than there are in the Oxford Mail stand, I can tell you that. But looks like some guy on a Segway out there. Easily cleared by the Town. Adgington the third running after the ball. And Oxford trying to start another attack. Hansen smashes it out.
Good boy. That's what I want to hear.
Good boy. Hello, Jamie.
Really.
My brother, you know, players that I talked about Liam Kelly not really liking very much. My brother hates Jamie Hansen.
Is that pessimistic brother Alan?
Irrational hatred of Jamie Hansen. Just can't stand the guy.
Robert Allen says we look nervy right now. We've not scored a second. Yep, 100% agree with that, Robert. It's getting tough out there. And Grandstand Better says it's 6-1 to draw. Throw a flyer on Fleetwood and upset Ian? ?
Why, Matthew?
Team news in for the Man United. First is Arsenal match. Bukayo Saka is out. Gabriel Martinelli is in. That seems like a very interesting decision, but who can question the great Mikel Arteta? Martin Odegaard is on the bench. Edison Cavani's back in the team. Victor Lindelof's back in the team. Luke Shaw, Scott McTominay, and for some unknown reason, Fred are all in, which means that Martial, Tuanzebe, Tellez, Matic, and Greenwood are all dropping out of the team for that match. I don't know. Both managers playing for a loss.
Right. Not a lot of quality happened in this game in the last 5 minutes. A lot of players, people their keeper just kicked the ball straight out of play from a goal kick or whatever it was. But it's very much a lot of head tennis. Although it breaks to Madden on the edge of the box, he holds it up really well, and his through ball goes out of play. Camps can't get onto him, but that's been the danger, really. Honestly, it's really been the real attacking outlet for Fleetwood has been through Paddy Madden's hold-up play and being able to get Callum Camps in behind. Other than that, I don't think they've really shown a lot. I mean, obviously they've been down to 10 men, but they haven't really shown a lot of quality.
They've been one-dimensional since Chet Evans left. Like, they've been one-dimensional since they lost. Oh, it's 1-1! Great diving header from Fulham. 2-2. That's the Badger. Good diving header. I think it was Cavallero.
He's cheering because the goal got chalked off.
They've lost a goal. What were we talking about? Sorry, I got really distracted there. What were we talking
about? We were talking about Fleetwood being one-dimensional since Ched Evans. Atkinson comes forward, delivers a long, high ball, bit aimless, but Oxford get a cheap corner out of it. And let's see if we can just put this one to bed.
Cross in. Well, I tell you what, mate.
Lovely goal.
West Brom might be the most exciting side to watch. They're like Rochdale. Like, they might get a goal or two.
Go on, shoot. Into the box, Brannigan. Over the bar. Really nice play by Winnell from that corner, by the way. Although it looks like it's taking a deflection.
Really quickly, Kiefer Moore's equalised for Mick McCarthy's Cardiff. It's now 1-1 against Millwall. 1-1 against Millwall. Hey, McCarthy up to the lads.
Like he's a man.
He does. He loves a 1-1 draw as well.
Didn't Ipswich draw 20 games in the season?
I know that Ipswich fans hated him despite them being what I can only be described as adequate.
Yeah, well, it's a typical. Oh my god, that should have been a penalty. How is that not a penalty?
Come on.
Literally just handballed it out of play. He literally jumped in the air and handballed it out. But it looked like it anyway. Oxford players absolutely surrounding the referee. It was just a overhit cross that the guy just had to shield it out. And he's gone up and he's headed it. It looked like he headed it onto his arm.
No replays are there on iFollow?
Fleetwood, I think. No, I've just seen a replay of it. And that's what I say. It looks like he headed it onto his arm. But, I mean, it's not been given, so you can't quibble. Well, so we've got a corner anyway. So let's see if we can... It's played short again. Adjington tries to dribble round the guy, and he doesn't, and he loses it, and everything fizzles out. And Adji's going to get booked for fouling the man now. Really well worked there, Adji. You've really done well there, son. You fucked it up from the corner, and then you've given Fleetwood a free kick, and you got booked.
I believe that's called insult to injury, Ian Loon. Yes. Grandstand Better says, is Thomas going to watch Man United against the dumpster fire of the year? Probably not, if I'm being totally honest with you. After the Sheffield game, I need a break from football.
Dumpster fire of the year. I tell you something Arsenal haven't done, and that's lost to Sheffield United.
Jonathan Harris asks... I'm just going to avoid that statement. Jonathan Harris asks, how good is Obita? Cool.
Decent. It's all right. He's not a I never saw him as like a match winner or anything like that, or I just saw him as a bit of a useful, solid player that we needed at the time. Experienced, pro, a versatile player that could play left back if we play full back if we needed him, or play wide left. And again, and by that same token, not a player I think we're particularly going to be too sad to see leave. Not that he wasn't decent, just
Robert Allen agrees with your assessment. It should have been a penalty. That was, and I quote, a joke. And Jonathan Harris says, the moment when your illegal stream tells you not to use an illegal stream. Yes.
Okay. I don't think we can comment on that.
Enjoy it. Guys, if you're enjoying this, please do send us even a very small super chat. We really appreciate it. Eventually, one day I'll get a real mic instead of these ridiculous headphones, but please do. We're really enjoying this. Alan, are they going to score, or is this going to end 1-0?
I don't think this game will end 1-0. There will be a second goal in this game, but I just don't know which way it's going to go. I'll leave it at that. But we are going to be, just to give you a little update on things, obviously, if you follow us on the channel, you know that we do the Oxford preview videos on a Friday, that come out on a Friday. And we are going to be changing it up a little bit. We are going to be doing it so to make it a bit more interactive for everybody to kind of get involved with it, really. What we're going to be doing, we're going to be every week, we're going to ask you guys to send in little 10 seconds, 15 seconds videos of yourselves just giving your score predictions if you want to do it. And we'll have various things you can send them to our Twitter, send them to Facebook, or email them to us, and we'll add them into the video. For that one there. So we think that would be great if you could do it. We really want to hear from you. And as I say, it doesn't have to be anything in more depth than just saying your score prediction and your name and your score prediction, and that's it. But that is what we will be doing, but we will be announcing more on the absolute details of that in the coming days.
In other news, Ipswich Town have equalised against Crewe. It's 1-1, and my beloved Stanley have conceded to the Green Army. It's 2-2.
Fleetwood have a free kick out wide on the Oxford's right-hand side, their left, but a great chance for them to put a ball in the box here. And so far they have looked like they could cause Oxford problems from these sort of situations. So these are the moments we dread. This one is bouncing around. It's not been cleared. It's gone to Madden. His shot is blocked. It's come out to the edge of the box. Go on, get out to him. Oxford working hard, but Oxford just can't get this ball clear. Atkinson, good header away, and Fleetwood are still in possession, but it's back with their keeper. But Oxford aren't looking great at defending these Fleetwood set pieces, and they're winning a lot of the first balls that are coming in. They've also they're on the attack again, down the right hand side, down left hand side, I don't know, whatever it is, and they've won a corner. So here we go, Oxford fans. These are the nervy moments we all dreaded, but as they say, we didn't take our chances, so we're going to have to suffer a little bit now.
Swansea have stopped the Rotherham comeback. Jay Fulton's just scored. It's 3-1 to Swansea. Nothing else happening.
Let's talk you through this corner then. Another love train on the edge of the box from Fleetwood. It's decent ball in again. It's a bit overhit, and the header, luckily, under pressure from Atkinson.
Go on, Atkinson. Own the box.
Breathe.
Final 10 minutes, Ian? Is that where we're in now?
Yeah, basically in the 80th minute now, so 10 minutes to go. Referee's already said he's going to do 25 minutes of injury time.
That's fair. And he's probably going to have to send an Oxford player off to make it fair.
I'll give Fleetwood a chance.
Oxford fans, do you think you're going to win? Let us know. Robert Allen, Jonathan Herrith, GRANDSTAND bettors. I know you're not an Oxford fan, but still. Michael Volkonski, William Golder. Do you all think we're going to win? Adam Clark, who I'm pretty sure is a Tangerines fan. But do you think Oxford are going to finish this out? Or Fleetwood going to lose? Or are they going to get that late equaliser that they're pushing for now?
Not all the football's kind of gone away from Oxford now, really. They're not trying to play any football. They're playing very direct. They've won a free kick high in the Fleetwood half, but they're not. I don't know. It just feels like they're not trying to control the game anymore. They're just almost just trying to see it out and then just try and smash it up long and see if Winnell and Taylor can hold it up and nick something.
Robert Allen says a nice stress-free 15 minutes ahead for Oxford! !
Oh, for fuck's sake! What are you doing, you fucking idiot?
What did Robert Allen do to you?
Sorry, Robert. Just. Everyone who saw that, you'll know what I'm talking about. But it was for Henry had a chance to load a ball in the box. He tries to be clever with it again and literally smashes it straight at the feet. Who's the guy who's 10 yards away from him, and that is like the guy who's 10 yards away from him is like that token man who marks from like a deep free kick, who's never ever gets a touch of the ball hardly, and Henry hit it straight to him, which could have easily led to a Fleetwood counter attack. Just and it's sloppy, and it's sloppiness, Tom, isn't it? It's like it's just Oxford getting a bit too, a bit too
comfortable.
No, I wouldn't even say comfortable. Just getting a bit too sloppy and edgy, and they feel like this is the game they should have won a couple of times over by now.
Jonathan Herath says Oxford fan never, vomiting face, but then he says Oxford have got this and it's going to be an easy win. Jonathan, who do you support? I'm going to assume Peterborough.
How can you say it's going to be an easy win? It's like it's 1-0 with 10 minutes to go. It doesn't feel easy.
But you are also a fan, and it never feels easy for a fan when you're up 1-0.
No, that's true. You are kicking every ball, aren't you?
You want the 10 minutes to pass as quickly as humanly possible now.
Oh, Taylor's in. Taylor is in, and he can't score.
He got a mare today.
Winnell and Taylor link up really well there. It might have been Henry and Taylor. I think it was Winnell. No, it was. No, I don't know who it was. It was one. I think it was Henry and Taylor link up well, and Taylor got a chance to shoot. But to be fair, again, Fleetwood guy got back well to him, blocked the shot, and it just looped behind for an Oxford corner. So, things we talked about in predictions. We said in particular they might not be going for a good spell, but they're not an easy nut to crack. Fleetwood Town, and they're proving that today. They have done well to stay in this game. Free header from Ruffles over the bar, only troubling the man on the Segway.
Quick update on scores. Rochdale now 10 minutes away from beating Bristol Rovers. Be a good result for them. Ipswich about 5 minutes away from drawing with Crewe. Another good result for them. Hull going top if they can hold out this victory over Swindon Town. 1-0. Doncaster's statement win of 1-0 over Lincoln City has less than 5 minutes to go. Accrington Stanley still drawing with Plymouth. Shrewsbury still beating Peterborough. Oxford United still beating Fleetwood.
Shrewsbury've just won 2-0 up.
Won, I would say. I believe they've won that game. A win to the Shrews. God, that's depressing.
Doing well as well, considering, like, you know, obviously they must have had so many problems with coronavirus, and obviously Cotterell's still in hospital with it. So credit to the Shrews.
Well played, the Shrews. Doesn't look like anything else is going to happen in the Premier League match between City and Sheffield United and Palace Wolves. No goals being scored, and about 5 minutes left in both of them. Alan, how are we looking in the Oxford match?
Yeah, Fleetwood have a free kick. It's one of those ones they can just pump it forward, which is what they've done. Again, Oxford really struggling picking up second balls from these set pieces, but luckily the ball forward just goes harmlessly out of play for a goal kick. 6 minutes, and it's not that fun. Put it that way.
No, I'd forgotten that Jonathan Hareth was a Wickham supporter. That's my fault. I should have remembered that one. William Goulder says Oxford to win 4-2.
So another change for Oxford. Looks like Matty Taylor is coming off now. Coming on is Anthony Ford, the Fleetwood player, pushing Matty Taylor off the pitch to get him to hurry up. And yeah, it hasn't been his day in front of goals today. I wouldn't say there's been any shortage in his work rate or his effort. It's just not been his day today.
Jonathan Harris says that he thinks Oxford will win in the playoffs this year. He says it's their time.
Wow.
Got to get there first.
Dude.
Indeed, Brentford 5, Wickham 2. I'm sorry, Jonathan. That is... They are falling apart in the second half, aren't they? It's 3 second half goals to go ahead for Brentford. All the scores in the League One remain the same, including the Shrews being 2-0 up against Peterborough. That second goal was another goal for Chapman. So he has a brace today. Does indeed.
It's notched a brace. Oh, just... Why is it so...
Jonathan, I totally understand what you're saying. This is probably significantly more fun to watch than that result. Wickham are having a tough time.
I don't even think that's a foul, but cheap free kicks as well is something that's cooping into this, and Oxford give Fleetwood another free kick on the halfway line, which, again, this brings me back to like games against Swindon, where we just invited the pressure on ourselves. You know, just letting them pump balls into the box and not defending them with much confidence, which gives them the confidence to keep doing it.
Yeah. Matt Uranka, pipe down. I see you. Back away. Shh. It's enough from you. Ian needs to concentrate right now.
Who's going to win the Super Bowl, man?
Give us your pick and all the stats right now.
Oh, Jack Stevens comes out and he did enough. He did enough, but it was a Stevens came out on the edge of the box and just punched it, and it went out to Madden on the edge of the box. But luckily, Oxford got around him to sort of snuff out any shooting chance, and we've just won a cheap free kick ourselves with someone, quote unquote, fouling.
How long is left, Alan?
3 minutes plus injury time. It looks like Man City. No, I think no. Ignore me. I thought they'd scored a second, but it hasn't.
Get your super chats in before it's over, people.
Very, very weird that they go 1-0. It's weird City, isn't it? They go 1-0 up after 9 minutes, and just right. That's enough. Stevens is hobbling around though. Is Stevens going to go off injured here?
I mean, that is the proverbial something dark side.
I don't know. He does look like he's not in a lot of comfort.
This is not good. This is not how it should end.
Not good. Who's our sub keeper?
Eastwood, it must be, right?
I don't know. I've never heard of him.
Good. All scores remain the same in the League One. In the Championship, Blackburn have hit an 85th minute, what looks like winner against Luton to go up 1-0. Ipswich are down to 10 men. Teddy Bishop got a second yellow. It's still 1-1 in that game.
They do have a red card at Ipswich Town. They seem to get players sent off for fun. I think West Brom are breaking forward in the last minute.
Blown the chance to take the lead there. Poor cross.
This is one of those results. Both sides have played well, but doesn't really help either side.
No,
But not like this game, though, because at the moment, fans, and I know we're going through the ringer a little bit, but we are heading for 7 wins in a row if we can see out these remaining 5 or so minutes, including injury time. And how does that feel? That's going to feel pretty good. I mean, this was never going to be easy, was it? It was never going to be. Fleetwood were never going to come and even they did their best to make it an easy game for us, but it was never going to be something we would break comfortably. This curse. And it's proving to be very
Robert
sweaty.
Allen is saying that Stevens looked shaky on crosses all day, but that is not often a failure of his. And I think we highlighted that at the beginning, that wasn't a failure of his. But he has sounded, from my end, like he has been a bit out there.
There was one that he flapped at. I would say that it hasn't. At least when he comes, he gets there. If you know what I mean. It's not like he comes and he's like and like someone out jumps him and he's beaten to the ball or anything like that. When he comes to get it, he does generally make contact with the ball, like if he's going to punch it away or push it away. So whereas Eastwood would inexplicably charge out of his goal and the defender would jump ahead of him and knock it in, he's not doing any of that. So, but yeah, he's not maybe looked as comfortable as he has done in other games.
And as Jonathan Harris has just said, and confirmation has come through, it is Brentford 6, Wickham 2.
Wow.
Jonathan, yes, Oxford have won every game of 2021, by the way. They are on a hell of a run. One might call them the greatest side 2021 has ever seen.
Good. That is pretty decent going, isn't it? I can't...
Well, January, undefeated, winning every match, that's an achievement. The Fulham game is over.
Not yet, though, Tom. Not yet. We haven't won every match yet.
I'm talking way too early. The Fulham game is over. It has ended 2-2.
Okay, 5 minutes injury time in this one, so you know there's going to be a string of Fleetwood corners coming up. But at the moment, Ruffles has the ball and he passes it straight out of play, and Fleetwood have the ball back.
Good. Excellent. Ivan Toney, by the way, with that 6th goal for Brentford. That guy is on fire. Top of the scoring charts. Was unable to...
One of those tough games, Tom, that I've struggled to pick a man of the match.
Well, but you're going to have to, Ian, because as the commentary team, we have to pick a man of the match.
I am struggling a little bit to find someone who's been...
Oh, Christ, it's 7-2.
I mean, I'm drawing up. I'd say there's been a lot of players that played okay. I don't think anyone's had a wonderful game. And I don't know.
Pick one. I want it now.
Give me a second. Fleetwood have a chance to. Fleetwood have a free kick, of course they do. So they're going to load this into the box in just a second. So while I watch their equaliser, I'll think about the who's going to get man of the match.
Right, so Brentford now up 7-2. Nothing else really happening in League One. Doncaster versus Lincoln is now officially over. Doncaster have won that. All other results remain the same. The only match in the Premier League still playing is Palace versus Wolves. Palace leading 1-0 because that's what Palace do. Apparently Chris Wilder is laughing at Pep Guardiola as he's pleading for a penalty at the end of the match. Fair.
Long throw in from Fleetwood. I tell you, Oxford have won the free kick, but I think it was Atkinson jumped for the ball and sort of caught it here with his arms like this, and the referee blew his whistle, and I thought, oh no, and then he'd given a free kick to Oxford. So everyone take a big deep breath. I can't pick a man of the match, so I'm just going to go to the player
Atkinson.
I like the most. Yeah. Cameron Brannigan.
Captain Brannigan. Captain Zap.
Cameron Brannigan. Zap. Man of the match. Thought he's had another decent game on recovery. He should have scored, but he constantly kept getting in there. I feel he's good energy to get through another game, and I'll give it to Branners.
Plymouth has ended. Plymouth 2, Accrington Stanley 2. Let's look at the championship. Oh, Christ.
So Fleetwood aren't fucking around. Oh, come on, just keep the fucking ball now, Adji. Just keep the ball, hold it up. We don't need to Winnell. Hold the ball up. You've got to be better than that, Sam Winnell.
Oh, this game is tough for Brentford. This game is tough.
But Fleetwood pump it forward. It's very much just both sides just pumping the ball forward when they can. Is Winnell onside there? He's been given off. Yeah, he's been given offside. and he decides to kick the ball out of play, so the keeper has to run, waste a few seconds to get it. I don't even know if I might be getting these players completely wrong. I'm sorry. I from listening to it on mute, sometimes I keep getting Henry and Winnall mixed up.
You should do better. This is what you're paid to do, Alan.
Yeah, I should do better.
Okay.
I'm nervous, Thomas.
Premier League matches are over. It's ended. Crystal Palace 1. Wolves 0.
Fleetwood have the ball out wide again, pressing, but Ruffles does really well. You're not going to be able to see that out though, Ruff. He can't. Yeah, he was like trying to jockey the ball out of play for a goal kick from about the 20-yard line, but he has to play it out. It gives Fleetwood a chance to put a long throw in.
PJ Simpson. Right, Ian, we have just gotten a $50 super chat from PJ Simpson. So, firstly, thank you very much. Secondly, did I spend time in this?
I will thank you for a second, but let me just see this long throw out.
And I will respond.
Fleetwood, go on. Actually, just get the bloody clear. He does. Good enough. Right, honestly, that is amazing. Thank you so much.
And we
shame on the rest of you. No,
I did. I grew up in the States. I grew up south of Chicago, hence the very loud American accent that no one else believes in. But yeah, thank you very much.
Oh, guacamole.
And thank you for watching, PJ Simpson. You're definitely getting a shout out in our next Oxford video. That's happening.
So, if Oxford win this game and Fleetwood have got the ball in the corner, trying to load the ball into the box, it's a good ball in, but it is won by Oxford. But Fleetwood got it on the edge of the box. Come on, we need to snuff this attack out. Oh, that's a good ball. Oh, God's sake. Get the ball out.
It! Let me just also say, anyone who does Super Chatters, you will get shout-outs in every Oxford video we do the following week. So, thank you very much. We really do appreciate this type of stuff. It's really appreciated.
Tom, if Oxford win this game, can you give us a holy guacamole? Yeah. Right, I think that might be it now. Oxford have cleared the ball away. It looks like... Yeah, it is over!
Let's game!
It is over, Oxford fans. It is over. It is 7 wins in a row. It is hoodoo broken for the second week in a row. The ultimate monkey is off our back. We can no longer say we've never beaten Fleetwood.
This is fantastic. Right, we now have to go and film our reaction video to this so that you can watch us get excited about this.
Let me just say, and I'm sure you'll do a little roundup, Tom, but let me just say my thanks to everybody for coming on board with us. A great game again. Great to see Oxford win again. We just about got there, and I think you'll all agree. That's about the best I can say.
Yep, they've won. It's great. We will do a very quick roundup. My very sincere thanks, firstly, to PJ Simpson. Thank you so much. To Matt Bowden, thank you very much. And to Robert Allen, you guys all super chatted us. We really appreciate it. It's honestly, like, it's great to get this stuff from you guys. PJ Simpson says, total casual from Boston, and I've been watching you guys throughout the pandemic. Thanks. PJ Simpson, thank you for watching us. We're genuinely really glad we could give you something to follow. We are so appreciative to all of you for joining in, for being part of this. William Golder, come on you yellows. Kip Mainstone, yellows, and says, great stream, you guys. Thank you, Kip. Robert Mills, woo-woo! Yep. Robert Allen, thank God it's over. Jonathan Harris, yeah, pretty fake accent. It's a good point. Yep. We're going to go now so we can film a reaction video.
Tom, can you just give us a quick holy guacamole?
Holy guacamole! It's 1-0 to the Yellows.
Thank you very much.
Love you all. See you soon. Thank you, guys.
See you guys. Thanks a lot.